As you can see, my brother Michael has got a lot of crap. He's compiled it over the years in his parents' house in an obsessive-compulsive like disorder. And
Michael Hempel's crap, take 27. No!
This is all your old Tucson stuff right here.
Yeah, that's right. This is a poster. It's just a poster. I don't know what it's a poster of.
I think it's a Three Stooges poster.
Right, Three Stooges, but it's, you know, tag right there. It says Old Tucson, if you can,
right there.
You can see that. And then here I've got an older Good Luck coin from Old Tucson Studios with the original cowboy logo guy on it. Instead of him firing like directly,
instead of fanning the gun, he's just got two guns in the air.
The two guns on the side. And then I've got another one, which is actually a coin for the centennial of the Reno locomotive back in the 1970s.
Oh, there it is.
It was celebrating 100 years way back when. Got this little mini information about Old Tucson. It shows like the original mission, Front Street. That building right now is the Hotel del Toro.
Yeah,
that's still there.
That got stuccoed for Three Amigos right there, you can tell.
And then a little bit onward, which all of this is gone now,
yeah,
was Front Street. There's the bank, the old bank, and part of the old ice cream parlor. Here's where Town Square is now.
Yeah, this is where they're going to put up the
Heritage Square.
Heritage Square project.
So
where's this over by?
There's the general store, which is now called the McClintock. That's
there. Right, yeah.
This is the OK Corral. That has like the roof thing on it now.
Yeah,
that building is no longer there.
This would be where the you get the stagecoach ride now.
Right. Here's another shot with that bank that I mentioned again, a little bit more north of the property. This is an old one because I don't think you can see it, but right in the middle of the street is that marshal's office.
Yeah, right there.
And that's in Rio Bravo, in the exact place it is in this picture. But later on, the facade would be moved to actually...
It'd be at the end of Kansas Street eventually.
Yeah. Front of the park, there's the CP Huntington. You can still ride that.
Yeah. There's the Southwest Pacific.
Yeah, the telegraph office building. That's still there too.
Wow.
That building right there, that's still there.
That is still there. It used to be a boot place. That's so cool. Look at that little boot they have there.
I think now, and in the corner of this picture, you can see the schoolhouse.
Yeah, there it is. That's
and all that's still there. This is a pretty old one because I don't think Kansas Street was initiated in all this. And I've got a ticket for one admission, Old Tucson famous movie location.
Yeah.
Travis Montoya!
Travis Montoya.
These were like cards. This was an attempt to try to do like a card collection.
Yeah, with the stunt actors. They got a little compilation of stuff with Travis there.
But also, we've got I don't even think that's connected with the Travis card, but here's an even older card I think they gave out in the 97 reopen. It's got Rob on it, and it's got
Lucas
Travis on it, and I don't know the middle guy.
I see a name that says Lucas on there.
There's like 4 names on here.
Oh, so there is? Oh.
It's bound to be one.
It's got to be one of those guys. Maps.
You know, mostly maps.
Classic maps.
This one was for Wild West days.
Yeah.
This is the most recent one. Images of Old Tucson by Michael Bilfuco. I think that's his last name. And this basically talks about all of Old Tucson's...
This is a great book.
Movie history. Specifically, it's movie history. And Mike approached me through the wonderful world of the World Wide Web, asking me if I had any pictures. And being someone who's interested in Old Tucson, but doesn't really have a whole lot.
There's one.
I only had a couple of pictures. So I had a picture of the Joe Kidd Courthouse to give them. Also, I had some pictures that my folks took construction for Three Amigos. And as we mentioned before, that one building, I got the stucco facade that's still there.
Yeah, that's when they were building Three Amigos right here. You see they got the...
You can see this building when they're making the joke about the airplane.
Yeah.
And they're standing right in front of these structures, which aren't done yet. This is what they would look like when they're done.
Yeah, that's the other side of the street.
Yeah.
That stuccoed building with the arches is still there. Hotel.
And this is where they'd ride in to and sing the My Little Buttercup song and stuff like that. So, and then on the back some posters of movies that were filmed in Old Tucson, including Rio Bravo.
Yeah.
Old Tucson pennant. Everybody, who was everybody, made pennants. Disneyland made pennants, Knott's Berry Farm made pennants, Old Tucson made pennants.
And this is the bank set.
But it's kind of funny. Nobody does pennants.
Yeah, pennants just kind of went out. You know, nobody really.
I don't know why. This is Hollywood in the Desert, an original souvenir tape made in 1993, showing you what there is to see and do at Old Tucson Studios, starring Don Collier.
Don Collier
Shows you some of the things that used to be before the fire.
And who's that behind Don Collier? That's Rob. It's an old picture of Rob who played Hyde in Recent Nightfalls.
The Recent Nightfalls, yeah.
And wrote the scripts and everything right there.
After the fire, they did a new...
another one, yeah.
Another one to update it.
Basically the same script. There's John right there.
There's John Ming. He's the guy who created Nightfall and the Dillinger Day Show. And this one is hosted, instead of by Don Collier, Rex Allen.
Yeah, and there's a picture of Rex Allen, right?
So, we got a bandana, Old Tucson Studios, the gun blotched out. Yeah, the gun is blotched.
He's basically, like, giving a cut sign toward his neck, like, cut it out. You know, he's not fanning the gun.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Here's an Arizona Highways magazine. 1981, talking about Old Tucson Studios and the filming. This is obviously the General Mercantile that used to be part of Kansas Street. This is a picture looking north of the property on the balcony of the Golden Nugget. Is no longer on property. It's where Big Jake's is now. And this is what all the sets looked like before the fire. Here's the original depot that used to be where the Reno is. And then they showed the sound stage that used to be north of the property. Did a lot of filming. Just some pictures of some of the movies that were filmed on property, and then some other places in Arizona that were used for filming. Like, you know, this is in every single...
Yeah, that's Monument Valley, right?
Any Western movie that has to do with, like, just traveling, you're gonna see this.
You're gonna see Monument Valley.
That's pretty much... Then I've got some random maps. I've got Bisbee. I've got, like, a copy of the Old City Jail of Tucson restaurant. And on the back of it's an OK Corral. I don't think OK Corral.
No, they closed down. I'm pretty sure they did.
Trail Ghost Town. We were just talking about.
They're still around.
Goldfield Ghost Town.
Oh, yeah. We were just there not too long ago, yeah.
Rawhide,
of
again,
course.
You're really bored. And Old Tucson.
There's an Old Tucson right there. Isn't there one on the back of that Rawhide you had there?
And here's an actual old one.
Look at that.
About Old Tucson, showing John
Old Tucson,
Wayne
famous
from,
movie location.
El Dorado, with John Wayne and Robert Mitchum. A big old map of Two-Back, and a not-so-big old map of Tombstone.
There we go.
So here's some interesting stuff. These are like copies of Old Tucson Studios maps before the fire. It shows some of this stuff, like the General Store, which is still on property, Mexican Plaza, Silver Lake Park, which is relatively exactly the same. You got Kansas Street, where it used to be on the North End set. You've got the old stage company, which is now the church. You got the train station. You've got the Golden Nugget. You've got the Red Dog Palace and Saloon. You got Front Street. You got the sound stage, which used to be right back there where the north set is today. Here's a Rawhide map. Here's an old Rawhide map. Yeah, this is the map from Scottsdale.
Rawhide moved.
Before they moved to Phoenix. So here's one for Doomtown, a Goldfield map. There's a Then and Now book by P.J. Lawton. It kind of shows like comparing and contrasting the original sets to what's on the property now, and some of the movies that are involved. So yeah, this is an interesting book. It shows some stuff. An old Tucson famous movie location with the original guy and everything. Yeah, here's another color map. Now there's like a shot standing in Silver Lake, I guess. Aerial view of the property. The medicine wagon, the original medicine wagon. July 22nd, 1939 is when the movie Arizona was filmed. In 1959, Robert Shelton would develop it as a theme park. This is a Tucson pictorial guide, and you can get this at any store. And it talks about some of the buildings, like downtown Tucson, and other locations and stuff like that. But in here, yeah, and all of the pictures
and
are
the logo
before the fire, including the logo.
Wow.
So you've got the original Mission, you've got the old Wells Fargo Bank, and you've got the end of Front Street with the Red Dog Palace. So I went up to this page and I was like, oh, well, crap, these are old pictures. It doesn't look like that. This is this is one after the fire.
Really?
Old Tucson Studios, yeah.
Oh yeah, there's the second logo.
The PC logo. This is pretty much the same as the first one, as far as, you know, its information and stuff up until we get to here, which shows the 97 mission. Some of the 97 stuff, like the theatrical stuff for Town Square and stuff like that. It's just one page, but here's some pictures of the fire. What it did to the Reno and what it did to, like, I think that's like the Red Dog Palace or something like that. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah.
This is a 1960s coin, and it's got like a Legend of the West movie location on the back of it with the stagecoach. Arizona road map. Here's a Tombstone, Cochise County book. This is an old Tucson film history thing. It lists all of the movies, the television series, and even the commercials that were filmed on property from 1939 till 2006.
Oh yeah, so there's been some stuff added since then.
Here's the original book before the fire, and it's totally signed by Robert Shelton.
Oh wow.
And I'm not talking about that Fiesta Bowl Robert Shelton. I'm talking about the Robert Shelton who helped establish Old Tucson Studios back in 1959.
Look at the front gate.
See, this was the stage depot, and now that's the church. Stuntman, 1987.
Wow, well, I guess
probably one of these guys.
Yeah, I guess they went out in 87 and got their signatures. So, is that stuff from the gun museum there?
Most likely.
That's really cool. Even Alvin and the Chipmunks were at Old Tucson Studios.
Oh, and there's Don Collier.
Oh, hey, how about that?
The Royal Oak Saloon.
Yep.
The 13,000 square feet soundstage. Here is totally an original Old Tucson, Arizona map. Again, signed by Robert Shelton. Man. Like the Mystery Cave and the Lost Dutchman's Mine.
What year was this?
I would say sometime between 59 and 69. The Apache Village that used to be near Mexican Plaza and the ice cream parlor. Here's a souvenir map.
Oh yeah, that folds out. Great big thing.
An Old Tucson famous movie location map. And this is like a belt buckle.
Wow, where'd you get that?
Famous movie. The internet.
Oh, man, that's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of nice, and it still has the Old Tucson price for it, $12, and it's solid bronze.
I would totally wear that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.